2019 Audi R8 car review. It may seem churlish to begin with a review of an auto as talented since the Audi R8 having a digression into taxonomical semantics. Even so, the question of whether we must regard it a particularly brawny sports vehicle or whether or not this achieves the whole world of a supercar goes over all the wider confusion about just where it sits already in the market. On one hand, the R8 shares a lot of its underbody structure and it is howling V10 engine while using Lamborghini Huracán, the supercar bona fides which can't be questioned. On the other, it wears an Audi badge. And in spite of the best efforts of the glorious V10, its power outputs today seem modest when other supercars increasingly break the 700 horsepower barrier. The current kind of the regular R8 features a mere 532 horsepower, plus the Plus version just clears the 600 horsepower mark with 602. While we acknowledge that such concerns seem ridiculous when considered from the sonorous charms in the higher-revving engine itself, they clearly matter for some. Audi is rolling out a facelifted version, which arrives inside the United States in summer 2019, likely as being a late-arriving 2019 model. In Europe, the update brings a gasoline particulate filter to aid clean the V10's tailpipe emissions and titanium valve drain component which help raise output inside standard version to 561 horsepower, as the new performance model which replaces the Plus inside lineup boasts 611 horses. It's unclear, however, whether or not the US car could possibly get those engine tweaks. Cosmetically, the revised R8 is distinguished by more angular front styling, with bumpers and corpo upright winglet-style elements on both sides plus a wider and hungrier-looking grille. Above this you'll find three smaller intakes which we're told undoubtedly are a reference to your Sport Quattro, a Group B rally legend of numerous years ago. Expect this design signature to reveal across multiple future Audi models. At the back can be a bigger diffuser and two oval tailpipes in place on the current car's flat-edged outlets. Except for some minor trim tweaks, the inside is effectively unchanged. Track time. Our drive from the new R8 Performance Coupe was limited by the track in the Ascari Race Resort in southern Spain. We used a truncated layout, leaving parts in the circuit free for photography, and also was required to pass through pit lane on each lap, presumably to guarantee we weren't having excessive fun. We did, however, are able to experience two versions on the car, one with all the optional active steering and something without. You'll be unsurprised to know that the driving experience is in close proximity to what we remember from the outgoing R8. The engine continues to be star in the show. Although not able to match the boosty low downshove of the turbocharged rivals, it responds for the smallest throttle input without hesitation and contains both the willingness and also the enthusiasm to look around the upper reaches of their rev range, all how until the limiter bites at 8,800 revolutions per minute. It doesn't develop the snarl in the Huracán, but unlike the Lamborghini, which gets shouty for the top end, the Audi's noise seems entirely natural when being worked hard. Nor can it ever feel short on straight-line performance. Corners exhibit the R8's modest tally of suspension revisions. While the spring rates and damper tuning are unchanged, leading end features an optional anti-roll bar created from carbon fiber and aluminum that shaves 4 pounds. As before, the active steering effectively alters the steering ratio, having a mechanical device from the steering column, quickening reactions at lower speed and making the rack slower at higher speeds for stability. This gives extremely quick reactions in tighter turns, even so the sense on the steering slackening takes getting used to. Choosing the performance drive mode locks it to a fixed 14:1 ratio. By contrast, a normal steering setup feels, well, regular, requiring more input but additionally feeling natural. As before, the R8 majors in brutal efficiency instead of any on the fulsome driver flattery that some rivals are developed to deliver. It gets things designed in a serious fashion. The Quattro all-wheel drive system maximizes traction as an alternative to giving any sense of that claimed rearward bias. The R8 Performance's stability control system now boasts additional subwoofers modes, accessible in the event the car is locked to its own performance setting, dry, wet, and snow. None of such make it overtly playful, however it certainly may seem to shrug over challenge of hard track use. The brakes remain disappointing. The Performance has carbon ceramic rotors as standard, however they are addressed with a pedal which is generously boosted and lacks the feeling necessary for real confidence on target. They certainly work nicely, however they add for the car's slightly aloof vibe. Is the R8 fading out? The current generation R8 is merely 3 years old. Nevertheless, Itawachi feels almost like it is within the expressway to retirement. Audi has said it can be not about to proceed with all the partly developed V6 version which it was previously taken care of. We also know the Huracán replacement will likely be switched with a hybrid powertrain that likely will be too expensive with the R8, and Audi has admitted it offers no current intentions to replace the vehicle. It remains a hugely talented and hugely likable performance machine. Our previous experience shows that this one will do better about the road PC does around the track. These modest revisions will achieve the US the coming year, but we suspect the R8 will remain a vehicle that many audience will only look at on their way to unique alternatives.